Hello everyone, welcome to Slipjoint Sawyer. Today we're doing an open tag response to Dave over at the Singing Toad, and this is going to be my top 5 favourite knives / EDC gear, tools, just one of each sort of category. Before we jump into that tag from Toad, which is fantastic, I just want to give a good shout out to my friend Randy at Randy's WSG, currently at 960 subscribers. Let's try and get him over that 1k mark, so I really would appreciate it if you go check out his channel, give him a sub, watch some of his stuff and let him know that Slippy sent you over. On with today's video. So it's going to be the top 5 knives and gear open tag by Singing Toad. First off, he wanted to see our favourite multi-tools. I'm not a massive lover of multi-tools. I do have a couple, but I would say my favourite is this sort of, I don't really want to say vintage. It's a 92, so it's 30 odd years old. It's a Leatherman PST. Comes in this nice original leather case with the belt loop on there as well, and the snap close. You see we have Leatherman tool here out of Portland, Oregon. You can see this was an advertising product for Opel. So you've got Grand Garage Muller. Really nice bit of kit, USA made of course, as all Leathermans are. Really sort of sturdy, and I mean you wouldn't think that's a 92. Look at the condition it's in. I have used this quite a lot as well. The pliers have taken a bit of a beating, they're a bit scratched up in there, been used for different bits and pieces, but it's a multi-tool, that's what it's meant for. We've got a load of different sort of bits in here as well. You've got a metal file, got a small flathead screwdriver, Phillips in there as well, and along with a sort of a can opener. And then on this side you do have a couple more tools on here as well. So we've got the large flathead, another small flathead, a sort of a punch, and then a slip joint blade on there as well, which makes it UK legal. It's under the 3 inches and it's non-locking. Something great to see when they do that on a multi-tool, especially for the UK market or places that can't have sort of a lock-in knife. Not entirely sure what the steel is. It's just, I'd imagine it's just stainless steel, but I've stropped this and it's a screaming edge on there. Really sharp, and I would sort of use this as a backup blade, so I'd normally carry a main knife with this. So there we go. So the first one is a Leatherman PST. Up next, you want to see your favourite Swiss Army knife. That's really hard for me to do, so I've had to just pick one of my favourite. I've got so many that I can't particularly say I have one favourite. I maybe have like 5 or 6 that I love equally, but I went with the Pioneer X, and this is in the red sort of A-lock scales. See, it's a 3-layer design. You've got the little tab on there as well. You do get that main blade, and one of the things I love about the A-locks is you do get a bit of a thicker stock on there as well. So you can get a bit more of a, a bit more of a day's work out of the blades, a bit more tougher jobs, things like that. But you got the standard tools on there, cap lifter, can opener, and then one thing I do love about the Pioneer X is it does add those scissors, which is excellent. Love the scissors on these, they're absolutely fantastic. And along with that as well, you get the inline punch on the back too. So probably one of my favourite. As I said, I've got so many that I love. This is just, I mean, it's the one I went with today, so that's today's favourite. Next up, you want to see modern locking knife. Again, haven't got too many of these, but one of the ones that I do feel myself going to every time I need to do a bit more tough work outside. Maybe I'm working in the garden, maybe I need a locking knife just for a bit of extra safety while I'm doing bits and pieces. And I generally go for this, the Buck 112 Slim Pro TRX. Of course, this is in the S30V with that Paul Boss heat treatment on there as well. See the Boss heat treatment and the S30V, and this blade has had a lot of use, and I've not had to sharpen it, just strop it every so often, and it takes a screaming edge. You can see we have the lock back design there, and of course it being the Pro TRX, that means you can take it apart. So we do have these T6 torque all over, and it does have a pocket clip on there as well. Probably the only knife I will accept a pocket clip on really is sort of a modern folder of this size where it's too big to fit in a slip. I would generally like clip this on my backpack or something like that. I wouldn't really pocket carry something this big. But one of my favourite modern locking knives, and the action on it is fantastic as well. Really nice snap, really easy to one hand open. Left or right handed, even though I'm not left handed, I can do it either way with those dual thumb studs on there as well. So if you haven't checked this knife out, I would recommend it. Slim Pro TRX from Buck, absolutely fantastic knife. I'll just pop that there out of the way. Next up, he wanted to see a traditional slip joint, and I mean, this really is my forte. I have loads of great ones to show you guys. I did go with my favourite of all time, which it's been that way for a while really, and it's the Oldtimer 80T, but this is the USA made one. Now I do have a new old stock, but I don't use that, so I went for the one I use a lot. And you can see the patina on these blades. This gets carried loads as well. I mean, see how dark the blades are on there. Patina all round. It's been used, resharpened, stropped, reprofiled. You name it, it's been used and loved. You can see the wear and how that Delrin is smoothed out on the handles as well, and the darkening of the carbon back springs where from the hand. And the sheep's foot has had a load of use, so much so that whoever loved it before me, you know, it's sort of got a bit of a belly on it now. It's not really a flat edge, but plenty of blade left on there, and it's screaming sharp. And all these blades still have a fantastic action. All have decent snap, decent walk and torque, and just an all-round excellent pattern knife from Oldtimer. I really wish they were doing some USA stuff like this. I know they've got the new generational series, but it's not as good as the original. You can't beat the original. So Oldtimer 80T. Next up, wanted to see a favorite fixed blade. I have two. One is a vintage fixed blade my father gave me, and I love it, but I don't use it for the reason I want it to be nice and keep it clean. So my favorite is the twisted assisted Gambler. Comes in this nice Kydex sheath. I went for the black G10 and added my own lanyard on there as well. So you can see the excuse me, the twisted assisted logo there, and then the Gambler on the back, and this is 14C28N, I believe. Put my own screaming sharp edge on there, and it does get used a lot, this knife. It is all scratched up. Again, this is another sort of hard use knife I would use when I'm doing work around the house. Maybe if I don't want to carry the folding knife out with me, if I'm going to do some bushcraft or garden work, this is another one I would pick. And I love this thing. Really great knife. And if you haven't had a chance to pick one up in the UK, I really suggest you do. It really fits in the hand wonderfully, and it's a fantastic piece to have in your collection. So the twisted assisted Gambler. And as well as that, so that is the top 5. But he did ask for an honourable mention, and I'm going to go with the modern traditional slip joint I carry the most, and that is the Jack Wolf Knives Havalina. I love this thing. I carry it all the time. Bolsters have got all dinged up on it. The blade's been used. I've reprofiled it. You name it, this knife's done it. Hard work, light tasks, everything. Blade scratched up, and I'm not bothered in the slightest. I bought this knife with the intention of maybe making it a safe queen. Then after a couple of months, I just thought, you know what, I just want to use it, and I'm really glad I did, because I love using this thing. Fantastic knife, that sow belly pattern, so really comfortable in the hand, and that nice sort of upswept clip point blade. Probably my favourite modern traditional knife that I have in the collection. So there we go, guys. That's my response to the Singing Toad's top 5 favourite knives and gear. Really hope you enjoyed this video. Please be sure to check out both Singing Toad, give him a sub, and Randy's WSG, get him over that 1,000 mark. I would really appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Please be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell for the notifications. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.